What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Kuat NV 2.0 on our 2021 Jeep Cherokee. The Kuat NV 2.0 is a good platform style bike rack. It's going to hold the bike by the tire, so there's going to be no frame contact. So that opens it up to pretty much any kind of bike you want to put on here, even a carbon fiber frame bike you can put on here because it's going to hold it by the tire and not touch the frame. We have a mountain bike on here right now. Works just fine. Now there's other things with the NV that are awesome, is that if you carry the two bikes and you find out you need a 4-bike carrier, you don't have to buy a whole new bike rack. You can actually add on 2 more to make it a 4-bike carrier if you want to expand on it in the future, which I always like to get things that can grow with me, and this is definitely one of those. We got the wheel strap here that can be adjustable, so that's good for different size wheelbases. With all the different bikes it holds, that's nice that you can move that very easily and get it where you need it to carry the bike you want to. Now if we come over here to this cradle, you can see that it's already set up for different wheel sizes. We've got this groove that's going to be good for road bike tires, slightly bigger for mountain bike tires, and then even bigger for fat tire bikes. So that's really awesome that it also comes ready to go, because sometimes you have to buy different accessories or cradles to adapt your bike to do that. It's nice that it comes that way right out of the gate. So another thing that it does is it actually can tilt away with the bikes loaded, so you can get back hatch access. So you can just come up here, lift up on the bike rack a little bit, push down on this tab, and then it's going to lower down. So I suggest grabbing the back bike rack and then one of the wheel hooks to help lower it down. Obviously it was easier for me because I didn't have the second bike on there, so there's room to reach in and get that. But just pop open this back hatch. And you can see now, if you have everything loaded up, there's like a last minute thing you either need to grab out of there or throw in there. You can without having to take everything back out. Along with the wheelbases being able to be moved with those straps and the wheel hooks being able to be repositioned for different style bikes. Another thing that helps out is it has a 60-pound weight capacity per bike, so that's going to really help you out with all the different style of bikes out there that you can carry. Let's see how it looks on the back of your Cherokee. Just taking a step back and looking at it, it does look like it covers up the taillights slightly back here, where that's going to be normal with most platform style bike racks. To get that nice hold on the bikes and hold 2 of them, it's going to cover even a little bit more, but it's not too bad. They'll be able to see this top one definitely when that lights up. Now another thing with it being up and that high, and depending on your hitch too, this is nice because it gets the bike up and away from the exhaust as well. You have 2 exhausts on each side here, pointed right towards where the tires would be if it was any lower, so it's up and out of the way. The license plate and backup camera as well are going to be a little bit blocked by the 2 bikes, so if you are backing up, it's probably going to hit that sensor as you're doing so. Coming down here to the wheel strap, we're going to go ahead and remove that. It's really easy to remove or put in. You just get it right for the tire, and you can either just push it back down in there and it ratchets into place, or you can push on this tab and remove it. So with that out of the way, we come over here to the wheel hook, and then all you do is push this button at the top. That's going to release it, so you can lift it up and push it away from the bike. And then what I like is there's no center mass on this one. You can just lift the bike up, pull it towards you, and remove it. Now let's get some measurements. We're going to go from the bumper to the furthest out point on the bike rack, see how much it adds. So it looks like we're right at 29.5 inches from the back of your Cherokee. Let's see how much space is in between the bumper and the bike rack. So we have from the bumper to about here, looks about 5.5 inches in between. That seems like a decent amount, because when I went to go remove the bike, like I said, there's not a center mass, so you have to go up around it like that. You can just pull it straight towards you, so it'll be fine. Another one would be ground clearance. So we're going to come to the ground, to the bottom of the bike rack. And we'll go from there to about here. And it looks like that's going to be about 19 inches. So there is a rise in that shank. That should be plenty, but we still like to warn everybody, watch out for those steep hills or driveways. You don't want to bottom out, but you should be just fine. Now you can also tilt this up towards your vehicle to save some space from sticking out. So you see it folds up like that, latches in so it's not going anywhere. Now let's get a measurement and see how much that helped us out. So from the bumper to the furthest out point, be about here. Looks like about 13 inches, so that's quite a bit less. So that's gonna be helpful if you don't have that much room in your garage or your parking space, or even when you don't have a bike on here. It's a lot more manageable to have less space back there. And then we go how close it's gonna be now. we are at 1.5 inches, so there is considerably less space, but it doesn't move, so you don't have to worry about it making contact. The NV 2.0 is an anti-rattle system built into the shank of the bike rack, which is pretty awesome. You got this hand knob back here you can do, and you loosen it. I'm going to show you how it works real quick. So we're going to loosen up, so it's going to be like you just put it in there, a little bit more. There we go, I heard a click, so I think we're there. You see how much movement there is if there wasn't an anti-rattle system. That's quite a bit. So what this does, you go to tighten this up, and it takes that all out of there. And it's good that you can do it by hand. You don't need tools to do it, but I would suggest if you're going on long road trips, there is an Allen key portion right here. I would use that, put in there, and just get it as tight as you can for those long trips. That way you don't have to get out and check it every single time. It's designed to fit 2-inch by 2-inch hitches. It's also got a lock that comes with it, so the pin just goes into that end. We got a lock that's here on this side, and it's also key-to-like to the cable locks built into the bike rack. So that's pretty nice that you just use this key to lock everything up and keep it secure. Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the Solemn. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners and evasive maneuvers. Then we get to the alternating speed bumps. We'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving on uneven pavement. Then we'll go over the full speed bumps, and we can see the up and down action. This will be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or a driveway. Overall, the Kuat NV 2.0 is a pretty nice bike rack. I think that it's really good for a platform style bike rack as well. You also have this here that help you work on bikes. So there's a couple different versions of the 2.0. There's a base version that doesn't have the stand for the bike. So if that's something you just probably won't do, you don't think you're going to work on your bike with it, or you don't want the stand, you can get that version too. So there's options out there for whatever you want to go with your vehicle. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this helped.